Hey, we're here at part two now with Linda Bertuzzi. She's the lender of choice, and I want her to answer some questions that we keep getting all the time around here, the MBS team. And she's going to talk to us today and help answer those questions. So let's go right for it right now. While in the process of getting my loan, can I make any other purchases? Like if I wanted to buy an appliance, or if my new house is going to need carpet, or God forbid my car crashes and burns. What the heck is up with that?
Call your insurance company. No, there's two things. One is you can certainly make cash purchases or investments as emergencies arise, making sure that you are in contact with your lender. We ask that anything changes on income or assets during the loan that you let us know so we can work with you. If you don't need the cash for down payment or closing costs or reserves required in the bank, you can certainly use some of the cash for emergencies. However, any new credit, any maxing out credit cards would actually negatively impact your loan. The credit report we pull for your loan is not the only report that's being checked during the loan process. There's a loan quality initiative that requires us to monitor your credit until the loan closes. So we are required to make sure you're not getting new debt, not investing more money in or pulling more money out of a credit card. And so, we've all heard the story where you walk onto the car lot and you're 30 feet in and they've already got an offer for you to sign to purchase a car and they already know your credit. You don't even walk onto a car lot. Don't put anything on layaway in a store. And certainly don't use your credit cards and increase their balances, because that will negatively impact your loan. If your score drops, you may lose the house and we may have to work on building your score up. So just stay in touch with your loan officer at all times during the transaction as it concerns credit and assets.
Awesome. Thank you, Linda. How long does it take actually to get a loan these days?
Well, the average is 30 to 45 days from the time the offer is accepted. And again, this all ties into, were you prepared at the time you made your application and you wrote your offer? Did you have all of your ducks in a row on your financing? If you didn't, it can certainly take longer and you could, jeopardize that purchase. So we like to get everything in up front, know if we have anything that we need to work on as far as credit or documenting your income, or if there's an extra deposit you can't trace that's on your bank account. These are things that we have to do and we want to do up front so that we can honor the terms of the contract and make that 30-day closing. You'll hear some lenders out there offering a 15-day close. They usually have done a lot of homework up front with the buyer, and they are able to accomplish those closings because the buyer cooperated up front and did everything that was required.
So what I'm hearing from you is getting yourself educated about the loan, reviewing your credit in advance, making sure that all your ducks in a row, that's your tax returns match the 406T that you're going to ask them to fill out.
4506.
4506. Making sure that any bumps in the road are hit before you actually find a house. So when the rubber meets the road and you've actually gotten an agreement with a seller to buy their house, you actually could realistically be within 30 to 45 days of closing. That's because you actually started the loan process a month or two in advance.
The loan process should be started 30 days before you write an offer, because that gives us time to really make sure everything is okay. We want to check the tax returns and make sure that you don't have extra expenses that are going to affect your qualifying, and that your affordability is still there when you've written off expenses and we've calculated them into your income.
Yeah, that's great. So it sounds to me just like an educated buyer is the best buyer on the planet. And frankly, since we're dealing with a market right now that reflects greatly on cash buyers, you want to set yourself up, even if you're getting a loan, to be as much like a cash buyer as possible. And the way to do that is to call Linda in advance, get all the things you need to do done for her, prepared, all the documents she needs, and everything ready to go before you get in the car or fire up the internet to look at house one.
And keep in mind, you're going to hear the phrase, oh, and one more thing, and one more thing. Things come up during the loan. Maybe something changed with your income. You had a short paycheck. These are all things that can occur during finance, and we've seen that over time. So just be prepared. And I always tell my client the last thing on the list of items that I request from them is a sense of humor, because you have to have one now.
Yeah, thanks, Linda. Okay, so if you have any questions that are specific to your situation, give her a call, 702-596-9565. She does a great job. We highly recommend her here at the MBS team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. We look forward to seeing you on our next installment, which will be the final 2 questions we have, and that'll be coming to you shortly. Thank you very much, Linda, for being here today.
Thank you, Mitch.